Maybe you can describe roughly where you moved, when did you first leave Hungary, where you lived, and how was it for the family?
First time, before I married Anna, I went to Stanford, and I could tell you the story how it happened. Actually, I met Anna before that, and then she invited and introduced to the parents, and then the main figure in the family was the Katineni, the mother of Anna. And then she escorted me. She knew that I was living for a long time. It was for 8 months or something like this. And then at that time, the air companies gave you a bag. And then she traveled a lot because of her profession. So she gave me this bag. She escorted to the door and we told me, you don't have to return. So after that, I married her daughter. With the family in 82, we went to Columbia, South Carolina. And that was a little bit harder because we took the children, they were still young, completely new, everything. And that was hard to adapt for them. And Anna can adapt to everything.
The children were too young to school, right?
Yes. No, 5 years as preschool, but Endre and Anita was already in the elementary school and then the secondary school. And so it was not easy, then they told later, but the real thing was that I became very sick at that time. So we planned to spend then 1 year, but we had to spend 2 years because of my treatment. So therefore I cannot say that without it what would have been. But with it was a little bit tough. On the other hand, then the family was very close, and Katinini, the one who gave me the bag, she was a very nice lady, came to help. And then after that, when we really moved to Princeton, though I am not working at Princeton, I am at the computer science department at Rutgers University, which is also a somewhat strange story because I don't use computers, I never.
Me neither.
Yes, but you know a lot of things what to do with computer. No, you don't?
No, I don't.
Only just to read?
Yeah, I don't.
That I know.
I can read my email.
But nobody asked me then whether I can switch on the computer, so they applied. At that time it was very fashionable, this theoretical computer science. So from 90 we came, and then
the kids were already in school, and
right.
So this was hard again, the switch for
no, then after that, in 4 years later, but it was Princeton, which is a pretty snobbish place, and then they were a kind of outcast. They didn't tell it as only at that time. We only took the 2 daughters because the other 2 were already older, and then they stayed at home, so they visited quite often us. But then they said then they didn't feel at home at Princeton, but then they studied at Rutgers and they liked Rutgers because Rutgers is very diverse and somehow friendlier in that sense. So then they liked it. So for them by that time it became easy.
But that was a permanent move already. So
permanent because I have a permanent job at Rutgers still I have. And after that everything became a little bit easier, but it is a big problem to move the children here. Their change for them most probably is even harder because you just cannot find new friends. We are mathematicians, we work on mathematics, we already more or less know the people from conferences or from other places, but for them always to find new friends it is very difficult, new style of maybe teaching, but also there is a benefit. Yes, they learn languages, they see something different. So this is a mixture of both good and bad. But personally, I like to stay in Hungary, and I am not afraid to say I just came for the money here because I am a combinatorist. Maybe it's the same reason. But sometimes people come because you can learn here a lot. But I was combinatorist, so I could have done exactly the same thing in Hungary, but of course the salary here is different and we have a lot of children, so that is the main reason actually why we are still here. So we are very grateful to this country because they really helped us materially, definitely financially. But if I could choose, I just would stay strictly in Hungary. Now we spend 9 months in Hungary and 3 months here.
Being in a computer science department does it matter to you?
Well, it doesn't matter in a sense that I am neglected. So I am a kind of, nobody really cares.
So they respect whatever research you do?
I teach, I have the same teaching load, but they didn't really tell me what to do. So in that case, they neglected me, and if I had an opinion, which I don't, because usually I don't say anything in the faculty meetings, then I am pretty sure that they wouldn't have listened to me. Once I tried just to check my theory. And yeah, I was right, yes. But this is actually a very comfortable position to be in. By the way, I had a choice at that time when I joined the Rutgers to go to the math department or the computer science department. But the math department is very strong one. Not as strong as Princeton, but it is very, very strong. So in general, Rutgers has many good departments. Only the students' body is not as strong as in Princeton. So I chose computer science because I thought that I could somehow work unnoticed and not too much stress on me. I was already, when I got the tenure, 50 years old. Although first time we came here in 86, but only for one semester, it was not final yet. So the family moved in 90. So I joined the computer science department out of the reasoning that I didn't want to go to the very strong department when you have the stress to produce. I just choose the ones which I thought then they were okay, they are not interested in your work, will not disturb, and I simply didn't have the self-confidence to choose the math department.